those of you that have watched my King and Queen of the Ring 2026 predictions upload, and I said in the very top of the show it was freaking hot as hell in Syracuse, New York. Well, it still fucking is. It's not even quite 90 degrees, but it feels like it's freaking 100, it feels like, to say at least. And again, I don't have air conditioning, and I'm freaking melting. Yeah, I'm melting can be over here. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to an episode of Lucas E. Allen 1018 on YouTube and all audio platforms. Lucas E. Allen Show. But finally, your WWE Clash in Italy 2026 review. Always follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, to say the least. Let's say he's X Cyrus. I'm probably going to change that probably sooner or later, upload more content on social media. Hit the subscribe button, done so. Obviously, I'm watching on YouTube. Hit the like button to today's podcast. Hit the subscribe button, you've done so already. And turn the bell for all post notifications, miss the uploads to our YouTube channel. And always feel free to leave a comment as well. You can make WWE Clash in Italy 2026 review. As always, watch on Spotify, do the same thing, leave me a comment. And also a 5-star rating would be very nice, as well, to say the absolute least. As always, when we get into it, this is just PLE. But the same old WWE premium live events, as in all honesty. This PLE was freaking mid. It was freaking mid. Yeah, the bright spots on this show are 2 women's matches. And they get the most shittiest booking I've ever seen when it comes to WWE television. The 2 best things were Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill and Ruca and Becky Lynch. And the third best thing was the main event, but even that I got questions about the segment we saw on Raw. And everything else, forget about. Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar, we couldn't have done that shit anyway. I mean, any more worse for Oba Femi I did scene. And Cody Rhodes and Gunther, oh my god, what a fucking terrible freaking end. My god, man. There's always going into a start with Cody Rhodes, beating the devil, the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Champion. Defeats Gunther to retain the said undisputed WWE Championship to start the event. A big fat suit. Listen, the action was fine for what we got, but what this ending took me out of this times 1,000, honestly. What the fine frick were we doing there? I mean, damn. Just tell me we're doing another match we saw on SmackDown today. Obviously, you've watched the VP on Netflix and stuff like that. We've seen that Gunther and Cody Rhodes are going for another match anyways. But you could have at least done it like in a better way than what they produced on Saturday afternoon. Or Sunday afternoon. It was a PLEs on Sunday. May 31st of 2026, obviously. But I mean, what the hell, dude? Like, you could have done anything more bad about this. Like, what were you freaking thinking, Paul Levesque? With this freaking finish, with Cody Rhodes, Gunther had his foot on the bottom rope, or not really, he really had his foot underneath the rope in areas, so he wasn't attaching you on the rope. And like, referee looks like dumb as shit, just, oh, I'm just gonna count the 1, 2, 3, without the sleeve the freaking little Gunther's foot on the rope, or near the rope. What the fuck, dude? What the hell kind of a finish was that? It makes your referees look ridiculously freaking stupid. I thought AEW referees were freaking dumb. WWE referees, especially in this match, should own my freaking beer or coffee, whatever. I'd rather say coffee because I'm a big coffee fan compared to beer, but still. Oh, man. Like, what are we freaking doing here, dude? The action was fine and dandy. But holy shit, what a freaking anticlimactic way to our mid-freaking match to start your PLE. And this is what Gunther and Cody Rhodes could give you, like, for not even 50% they gave in this match. And it was still semi-good to a point. That's the sad part. WWE doesn't seem to care. WWE does not seem to care. Right, just gets in next week, and the next week, and next week after that, week after that, and this month after that. They'd rather just really get week by week, and that's just terrible freaking booking, if you ask me. And Gunther takes his L, obviously before he even comes to SummerSlam, against a Brock Lesnar, or whatever he faced at SummerSlam. and he takes an L. Granted, it was a fuck finish and stuff like that, obviously. But still, an L is an L. You're not going to get rolled up or anything, or just say DQ finish. You got actually pinned. It's just the referee was freaking stupid. Really? That's the best booking you got to get your way to a second match with Gunther and Cody Rhodes. That's the best you got, Paul Levesque. And you wonder why I don't freaking want to know what this man has to do with creative from now on, to say the least. A big fat C is to say the least. Worst time for the worst grand show. But on to Rhea Ripley. The best thing on the whole show was a Jade Cargill match. Oh, those Jade Cargill haters are really silent this afternoon, or silent on Sunday afternoon, to say the least. Rhea Ripley, the reigning defends WWE Women's Champion, defeats Jade Cargill in a WrestleMania 42 rematch to retain the said WWE Women's Championship. I got their match at WrestleMania was pretty good too, but this match is probably even better. I said that. Jade looks like she was freaking on in this match. Man, those Jade Cargill here is the best. She claims everything they basically say about Jade Cargill is like the same old, oh, she sucks, she can't wrestle, she's this, she's that, she's this, she's trash. All things you want to say. Meanwhile, she had the best match on the show. One of the two people that had the best match on the show. Let that sink into you, freaking idiot. Let's just all be real. I mean, damn. I'm not joking when I say this. I like this better than the main event, and obviously the star of the show. Or PLE, we don't even fucking care. Main event, event, PLE, I don't care. She had the best match on the whole show. Looking back and watching that, the both women's matches are the two best things on the freaking show. Look what we got from the men's match. The men's shit was freaking boring. Roman Reigns and Fatu was the third best thing in the show. But even that beginning the match of that was freaking boring. Like, what? Well, what's the point of doing this rematch in tribal freaking combat? And nobody really got involved. We're going to get to that obviously sooner around later in this today's podcast, to say the least. But this match was pretty freaking good. Gave it an A-, man. Yes. A Jade Cargill match gets an A-. You like it? Tough shit. Seriously, I don't freaking care what you say. I really don't care. Internet Troll 101 on Twitter, whatever you call your, put 20 billion freaking numbers in your username. Just saying. This match is pretty freaking good. Gave it an A-. Best thing on this whole event, and it's not even close. The only one that came was another women's match, nonetheless, too. And on to Brock Lesnar defeats Oba Femi. Another big fat C. Listen, I'm not saying Oba Femi can't take an L to Brock Lesnar, but everything that was in this match, oh, it's 7 F5s. How many times will you have to see people using their finishers more than like 2 times or 3 times? 2 to 3 times in a regular big time match where you should be using it for extending your finishers. Not 4, not 5, not 6, in this case 7. This reminds me of Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 34. Roman's kicking out all those F5s and got bloodied up in that match. Like, what the fuck, dude? What was the fucking point of that? In more recent memory, Cody Rhodes and John Cena at SummerSlam. I thought that match was freaking incredible. I could have done not the major freaking, like, the finishers given in that match. At least I can understand that to a point. At least I can understand that. I mean, this to a point, I can understand to a point, too. But it just looks so ridiculous when we see this all the freaking time, dude. Finishers don't mean shit in the year 2026 when it comes to WWE television and AEW television. It might be me worse than AEW. Like, some of them even pop up like nobody knows self-finishers half the time in AEW. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Now listen, I'm fine with Lesnar getting a win over Oba Femi, and as long as Oba Femi gets his final win and ends Brock Lesnar's career, that's fine. Or even at least just pull this off at a Saturday night's main event, even at SummerSlam. I think it'd be a Saturday night's main event at this rate. I think get Gunther and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. But what was the point? What was the point of this all? The elevation of Brock Lesnar to come back out of retirement? What I mean, what 2 to 3 weeks later? Was it after he semi-retired at WrestleMania? Like what? And then he just beats Oba Femi just like that. It was 7 FIs. Really? Really, dude? I'm not saying Oba Femi can't take an L, that's fine. I'm not saying to make this man like Super Cena or Super Cody Rhodes. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying he has to be undefeated for like a year or so. I'm not saying that. But what you did at WrestleMania and to jeopardize it with this shit is just ridiculous booking, if you ask me. So I get a big fat freaking C. Be grateful it's not freaking lower. On to the second best thing to show is another women's match. Oh boy. Paul Levesque's not going to be very pleased about these producers giving them how good these women's matches were. So Ruca defeats Becky Lynch to win the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. B+. Way better than her Saturday night's main event match. That ain't saying much. They barely got any freaking time to show the world how great they really are. Becky Lynch and Ruca. I give it a B+. That's a very valid grade. It was not a bad match at all. Better than all three the women's match on the show. It's not even the best match on the show, period. Like, dude. Let me tell you something about the booking of the women's division when it comes to WWE television. For example, AEW is not that much better. Hey, you got your big start back on Dynamite. We'll discuss it in the Dynamite Center review in a couple of days from now. But you got Becky Lynch and Ruca, who are freaking phenomenal workers, obviously. Two talented women's wrestlers. Becky being one of the all-time greats. And if some of Ruca can nail the Soul Snatcher and about not botching it to say at least at the middle rope and stuff like that, the top rope. I like that to a point. He's just better be like a Jey Uso thing of a WrestleMania 41. We went into Gunther botching from him and Sika botching. But Ruca is a better wrestler than Jey Uso, at least a singles wrestler. You know, Jay's one of the better tag teams of all time with his brother Jimmy. But that's okay, I guess. And Ruca gets her Women's Intercontinental Championship moment in Italy. Pretty big one for her. Do I rather that they skyrocket sold to already get into Women's Intercontinental Championship already? It's tough to say. I don't like her promo she gave on Raw this week. We'll discuss that probably tomorrow at some point, or even today at some point. I'm going to upload the Raw review. But I didn't like the promo she gave on Raw. I'd rather just have someone get like implications for a feud down the line. Maybe it's like a Roxanne Perez, for example, or Cal Rodriguez, for example. Or somebody like that. But this match is pretty freaking good, if you ask me. Way better than the Saturday night's main event match. I mean, it wasn't even a match to say the least. Give it a B+ for sure. Second best thing in the show. Two best things were women's matches. But does Hunter care about developing after this? No, he doesn't freaking care at all. But on to your main event. Roman Reigns, the reigning defendant WWE World Heavyweight Champion, defeats Jacob Fatu in the main event to retain the said WWE World Heavyweight Championship in Tribal Combat in the main event. The first half of this match, or at least first 10, 13 minutes of this match, was fucking boring, dude. It was worse than their Backlash match. This overall grade is worse than their Backlash match. And then suddenly we got the following day on Raw, where Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu an acknowledgement ceremony, or not acknowledgement thing, what you fucking call it. Maybe it is ceremony, I don't know. And then he's now with the Bloodline. Well, our Bloodline on our television, people, in the year 2026. Oh, joy. Aura Farman Bloodline, OG Bloodline, back together like nothing even freaking was bad enough to laugh. Unbelievable, dude. Just because Roman Reigns is a champion again, we gotta get the OG Bloodline back together. And I ask, why didn't CM Punk retain at WrestleMania? I mean, much as I love their match at WrestleMania, I love the match. One of the better matches of the whole weekend, but the best match of the weekend, to say at least. But that's not what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you just have freaking Punk retain? No, Roman's been champion, sort of, honestly. He's not been like he's going back to irrelevancy, he's been a part-time champion. He's been on television for Raw. But, like, what was the point of putting it on him to put the OG bloodline back together? Like, nothing bad happened at the end of it. Really, dude? Really? I like the Usos as a tag team back in the tag team division, don't get me wrong. But do we have to rely them back with Roman? Like, what? Then again, Chica Fatu is basically a Soul Sikoa replacement. Make an upgrade or downgrade. It's up to you. I think it's an upgrade over Soul, but still. I ain't saying much. Soul is just mid beyond mid can be. But why would you just... This first like, 10-15 minutes of this match was fucking boring. It ended up picking up, thank God, obviously. It didn't pick up. This might have been a disgusting grade I gave it. I mean, maybe like a C- or even worse at this rate. But it ends up getting a B. It's still not. I'm still kind of generous. I want to put this as a B-, but I'm not. I'm leaving it as a B for right now. But dude, like all this bloodline cinema, the kids like to call it, this bloodline propaganda bullshit. Like, I'm a big Roman fan. Roman Reigns is the world heavyweight champion. Is he a hypocrite for calling his title the B level championship? Yes. Now he's holding it, now he's just saying it's a bigger title than the Undisputed WWE title. Yes, he's a hypocrite for doing that. But still, I'm a big Roman fan. I'm a big Roman Reigns fan. But holy shit, why we gotta go back to the bloodline? Why we have Chica Fatu getting involved with the OG bloodline? Like, what is the end goal with this? What is the end goal, people? What is the end goal? What is this? Soul to get back Chica Fatu back in the MFTs? And we're about being the OG bloodline compared to the MFTs. And watch we get a MF. I saw this like tweet on Twitter today. I was watching the SmackDown and stuff, the sales and the VPN stuff and streams on Netflix. Where they had the tweet was I forgot the account name, but they had like the Roman teasing like a bloodline versus MFTs for War Games this year. I'm like, oh God, please, the love of God, that'll be absolute freaking garbage. I'm not starting to advocate for it. It doesn't seem like Triple H is thinking honestly with that. And if that's the case, God help us all. God help us fucking all if that's the case. The OG bloodline against the Timu, who the fuck cares bloodline, or MFTs. Matches we got in 2024. We have to be able to put CM Punk and Bronson Reed. Bronson's kind of Samoan, but still, you get the point, obviously. Oh my God, and watch that become reality, and I'm about to throw up, obviously, with that shit. Another Soul Sikoa and Roman Reigns War Games match no one freaking going cares about. Hopefully that does not happen, obviously. But this main event gets a B, a very generous grade, if you ask me to, in all honesty. As your world show rate for WWE Clash in Italy 2026 is a B-, a very mid-premium live event from Triple H and WWE main roster television. So much so as Triple H Notre Dame Los Grandes with 1,000% a better show than this freaking crap. Like, oh my God! Do you look at this match? Do you look at this one compared to Notre Dame Los Grandes? It's like not even close. It might be close from a great standpoint. But still, it ain't really close if we think about it, in all honesty. Anyways, that is your WWE Clash in Italy 2026 review on today's episode of Lucas E. Allen 1080 on YouTube. And all audio platforms, Lucas E. Allen Show. And always, thank y'all for watching Lucas E. Allen 1080 on YouTube. And all audio platforms, Lucas E. Allen Show. With your WWE Clash in Italy 2026 review. You always like the content, and then you always watching today's podcast on YouTube with the like button, today's episode of the WWE Clash in Italy 2026 review. Hit the subscribe button, done so already in this main YouTube channel. And always turn the bell for uppost notifications and uploads to our YouTube channel. And always leave a comment as well. Watch on Spotify, do the same thing, leave me a comment, also a 5-star rating, be very nice as well, to say the least. And always, until next time, hopefully, knock on wood. Wow, that's not there to say at least. You can have your WWE. I'm looking at my schedule right here, actually. I haven't been playing like these YouTube, like these podcasts and actual latest content and stuff like that. I think your next ones will probably be predicting the WWE United Champions 2026 Smash Card predictions. Which I don't know if we got Cody and Gunther announced after that. I don't know if in all honesty. I hope that's not the case. We'd be better off predicting that match for sure. Anyway, so until next time, I'm trusting to whom next time, everybody. Peace, love, everybody. I'm out here. Love you all big time to say at least.